Sound is everything. They've been worn out by, salt water and wind and rain and whatnot.
So I want it to look good. And I think, for the other spots, it's the same, it could be just the surroundings and then we build something. Or it could be like it's a legit spot that looks cool.
Well done, Kenny. Well done.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's like, not too many boats in the waters. We want one or two, just, because it looks good. But not too many. And then how it will look with people in the background. And Simon is all about aesthetics.
Aesthetics guy. I definitely care about it, but that's because I film myself,
We're gonna add a ledge and a little roll in, just because we're cheating a bit. That's what we're talking about here. Like, how streety do we want to keep it, and is it cheating building a roll in? I don't know. I'm always surprised on the skill level when we come to a spot. They're like, oh yeah, breakfast, no problem.
Me and William, we go way back, all the fucking way. We've done, small events and small projects on the side, but nothing too seriously. I was living in Barcelona, and that all ended, and I came home and I was trying to figure out what to do. And we were talking about maybe, it'd be cool to do, a skateboard event.
I land this job, and the first thing we start thinking about is how do we put together one of those big European contests? And everybody was traveling to these contests, but there wasn't really anything in Denmark. And Copenhagen wasn't really on the map. There'd been some really cool contests in Marseille that were really creative.
In the early days, we went to the Grand Prix in Lausanne. Back then, they did the street courses where they had graffiti, they had fucking concrete, they had fake bushes and everything.
Looked at Tampa Pro, which was the event at the time.
Probably the main event and the most respected event in the world was Tampa Pro and so.
And we were like, that's what we want to do. So we got hold of Ryan and Brian from Skatepark of Tampa.
This is a long one. You want a long answer?
Yeah.
You want a short answer?
No, long answer.
Okay, long answer. 18 years ago, William, Simon, and this girl Camilla that used to be part of this came to Skatepark of Tampa when George and I worked there, and they asked to speak with us.
2007 Tampa Pro.
2007?
Yeah.
Okay. And George was like, they asked to speak to Brian and I. Brian and I were busy. George talked to them.
I gave them a tour of the entire skate park, told them what Tampa Pro was all about, and then when these guys weren't busy, I introduced them to Ryan and Brian.
Which I don't remember, but they were like, "Hey, we want to do this same thing in Copenhagen." We're like,
I think there's some books with us in it, but see here, up here, it's not even finished yet. You can see the needle, and then it said it was our first logo. But the Copenhagen Council, it's too close to that, so they wouldn't let us have it. But it's got a C for Camilla, S for Simon, W for William, and then 1973, the year we were all born. So that was the first one from Copenhagen Pro.
That's one of the things that caught my eye when them three walked in. Camilla,
I mean, she's a
radio
DJ. She's a DJ, yeah. So she knows how to talk. She's not scared to do that.
So I said to Simon and William, I'll do it, I'll take the meeting, I'll try and do this. I had no idea what I was thinking because I must have looked so silly walking in with a dress and high heels, had no idea what. I'd never been to a skateboard company before, DVS Shoes. I remember going into this office, the skateboard company, and telling them about our idea. So we wanted to create the best contest in the world. That was not going to be a contest, but it was a contest. But we wanted to be the Robin Hoods of skateboarding and get a lot of money and give back to the community.
Somehow she ended up in a meeting room with Tim Gavin and Gabe and convinced them that they should throw some money at her to host an event in Copenhagen.
They said, okay, we'll back you. And I went into the parking lot and I called Simon up and said, hey, Simon, we got the money. And he was like, what? How can that happen?
Hell yeah, $10,000. We were like all excited. And
We're like, oh shit, let's do it, you know, not really knowing if anybody would show up or anything.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking do, you know, take over the world, you know.
2007 was the first one. Did Simon tell you about this?
Because the first year was just like this massive fucking 90s looking street course, and that was not what we were looking for.
It's always been important for me as a skateboarder and as a builder to like try to create stuff that's not just like the average.
But we wanted to create like an atmosphere that looks really cool, and we had heard that, you know, that there was this guy that was building the barracks. But we went and we found Brent, and you know, we convinced him to, you know, you should come to Denmark, and he had never been out of the country.
And we were like, you build whatever. And he's like, oh, okay. And I've always dreamt of a round stage, or, you know, I've always dreamt of an electrical box or the grass gap or something.
And whatever crazy shit we came up with, we built this crazy electrical box in here, and we built insane a fish tank and the saw inside in water and
he's really, I mean, he's the world's best skateboard park designer, no doubt.
It was a pro-only event in the beginning. We really wanted that the Americans came back to Europe. It had been a while, but there was no demos and there was no big contest and there was not much going on. And
I remember Ian Deacon from Flip, the first year, he was almost pissed. He was like, why are we here? Denmark? Copenhagen? We don't have any fucking business in Copenhagen. No one's coming here. We can't, no one fucking buys skateboards here. Like, why are we even here? And I was like, oh, look, man, I didn't like organize it. I'm just here to like help them run it. I don't know.
Like in the beginning, people were just like, there's no way in hell that, you know, we're coming to Denmark. It's like, why should we go to Denmark? It's not even like, is it even on the map? Or is it a city in Germany, or what is it, you know?
And, but if you think of that, you think of how advanced what they were thinking about, and they hadn't done it yet, and how they basically have turned Copenhagen into a skateboarding city. It's crazy. Like, it's like nothing else like it.
The first few years, no one would come here for the contest, and I had certainly had no clue what was going on. Simon and William did, but not on that scale, I think. And it took a few years for people to sort of recognize what we were doing.
Locking into that backsmith.
I got a mail from Costin saying like, hey, you've got this event going on, will you pay for me to come out? And I had to phone Simon and be like, who's this Costin guy? Is this a guy that we want over? And Simon like, yeah, I think we should definitely get Costin over.
Heard you're going to Copenhagen. I'm Eric Costin. Come check out the Copenhagen Pro. You know, the first time I came out there for the contest, I came back and I'm like, hey, we got to come out. Everyone, you guys would love this contest. I was telling everybody that they need to come out. Now it looks like we're in a desert. Look, it goes from like total desert to the harbor. First time I'm going to Copenhagen Open, yeah, meeting those guys was maybe 2008. I'm not quite sure. I feel like 8. Was it 7?
Costin was like definitely one of the main characters for us. Like we knew in the beginning, like he was one of the first that said, yeah, I'll come to Copenhagen.
And he's really been a really important ambassador for us, I think, ever since. Like really been good on promoting the event and getting people over and telling people, like, this is a good thing.
I did come out. I got to hang out with everybody and talk with those guys, and then, they actually talked to me about it. They like, we want you to bring more people out. Like, talk about it with them, and
and see if you can get more people to come out here. It's like really fun. And I went and experienced the fun, and I was like, yeah, I went back. I remember going back from that contest and going like, hey guys, like, dude, next year we got to go to, we got to go to Copenhagen Pro. Like,
I know, I've been telling guys, I'm like, dude, you guys have to come to Copenhagen. Really good food. You'll find more fun. You'll find more drinks. You'll find more drinks. And you'll ride your bike. And then find more drinks. Then you find fun.
You just said it perfectly right there.
Yeah, and I did. I went back and did that. And I feel like more people came. And then the next year it snowballed to more people. And then the next year it snowballed to more people and more people and more people.
And it's been great to like see, I mean, obviously we have a great relationship with him, but to see him over the years, like, coming to skate and then kind of moving into like, don't really need to skate that much, we could just chill, and now he comes over with his family and it's all, he's sort of gone through the whole span of experiencing the event from all different sides.
I can wall ride that. Come on. I was like, shit, I'm going too fast. I'm scared. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the applause. In first place. Thanks for nothing, everyone. Thank you guys for nothing.
It wasn't because of the contest that we were doing it. It was more, having all these people in town and, having a good time and celebrating skateboarding and, of course, seeing, great skateboarding, but it wasn't about competing.
It's more of a session with your friends than it's a contest.
It's also what the people put into it, what you bring to the table.
I even remember one year Raven was just like, fuck man, I was just having the raddest session with my friends, and all of a sudden a guy was just handing me dollars and was just like, fuck, I forgot I was in a contest. And people are just here for the good times. And it's not about the contest. It's about, just being here and hanging out and enjoying, the company of your friends.
My favorite moment from Copenhagen?
Oh, that's a hard one. Because they kind of, it's only good stuff and they kind of get old.
Skating and partying for like a week straight. You're like, what's the best part? You're like, oh shit, like a lot of shit.
For sure, that was my favorite year. That was the most hectic, insane skating.
Like Rune on the oververt and like Raven, Tershi, and Grant Taylor skate that at Bolas.
I don't know if that was 2015 or something like that, probably. I think it was 2015, it was so insane. Most memorable thing that's ever happened? Well, this happened in Copenhagen. I dropped into a bowl at the outdoor skate park, fellow parking. I didn't see that there was a love seat, and I snaked my friend Curran. He was about to drop in, then I went, and I 5-0'd into the love seat, hung up, hurt my neck. And if you go on YouTube, and if you type in Curran Capel's friend Slam in Copenhagen, you'll find it.
Yo, last year I turned pro there for Element. Yeah, it was so amazing, like the best day of my life, for sure. Last year in Copenhagen, I met my girlfriend. We're a Copenhagen couple.
There is so many good ones. It's really hard to pick one, but as I like to travel, I really like the year that they did the CPH Amsterdam Berlin thing, so really hype about this one in Athens as well. To hype him up, right? Yeah. Now he's gonna do it. I told you, the 50.
The Lambanchina sessions are like, not even a session, but it's like the chill out Sunday, like the last day. That's always, those always been the craziest ones.
Personally, the best moment in Copenhagen Open, William set us up with on a crazy side mission on this boat, and there was a chef, and we're sliding through the canals, and they're asking us all these questions about what skating means to us and everything. It was really it was incredible. I couldn't believe it was happening. I was sitting next to just like some people that I know and respect with skating a lot, and it was just a pinnacle Copenhagen moment for real. There was wine everywhere. We're on our way in a boat to the finals that I didn't qualify for, that like I was in the finals for anyway. Like, it was crazy. It was incredible.
Yeah, we're going the wrong way, aren't we?
No.
Oh! The ducks just took off, I'm sorry.
That's our lunch right there.
But we knew that if we did the contest, then we had an excuse to do some cool projects, do some cool video projects, and get all these, our heroes to come to Copenhagen and, have a good time and celebrate and just show, what can skateboarding be, besides that arena? Like, what is the culture all about? And I think that's what we grew up with, that's what we fell in love with, was the culture, was not, going to the contest.
Copenhagen Pro is established now, and we've got Brent, and we have a really good concept. But as the event went on, we were experimenting with like little things going on around town, just hitting up different spots and stuff, but always having the main event at the skate park. And then all of a sudden we're like, well, I mean, people aren't really coming for the event. They're coming for Copenhagen.
When the Americans coming over here, they were like, oh, I can ride a bike. I don't have to worry about drinking and driving. I can smoke weed in the streets. I can have a beer when I want, all these things. People are happy, and they get to see Danish people when they're at their happiest because it's summer. Shouldn't come here in the winter.
And then I think just the city of Copenhagen, definitely the way the city is what allows that to happen as well. Such a small, condensed city. Like here you'll run into Eric Coston getting a coffee at your local coffee place or something. Or nowhere else that happens. I don't think anywhere else.
But it's definitely Copenhagen as a city, and the spots and the biking around. And
when you're all young, falling off your bike with all your homies there, skating. The sun comes up like at 3 in the morning and then goes down at 11:30 at night. So even if you sleep in, you're still gonna be able to get a full day. You're still gonna be able to skate. You're still gonna be able to do everything. You 4 in the morning, you're going back to the hotel and it's like daylight out. It's crazy. Copenhagen's crazy.
And the more we thought about that, the more we were like, well, it makes more sense to kind of move the focus away from a skateboarding event, but more like a celebration of skateboarding that is in Copenhagen.
My favorite spot in Copenhagen.
Favorite skate spot.
My favorite skate spot in...
I like that bank place, like the bank school with all the white...
where the ledges are in front of the food hall.
Or it's like this crazy...
Israel Platz. Yeah. Okay, so my favorite skate spot would be Israel Platz.
Ledge, you can skate a ledge and do a mani or something.
Yeah, I think it's Yalmer's Plaza.
Red Plaza is not a street spot, it's more like a park. But it just has everything you want, Perfect mani, perfect ledge.
Oh, you know what? No, I changed that. The bank to curb, up the hill, where you go up the hill and there's also tons of banks. That's the most fun thing. I love that fucking place.
It's got to be the dream spot.
Honestly, my favorite spot in Copenhagen is Dream Spot.
Because it's a dream, bank to ledge, perfect, nice and long, and
easy to get warmed up on. You can literally think of anything in your wildest dreams and sit there long enough and do it because you won't get kicked out.
there's a reason why they call it the dream,
No,
children with flowers.
And that has become really hard in Copenhagen. Like there's no more space left in Copenhagen. We've done a lot of stuff, we built a lot of stuff, and we renewed a lot of stuff. We are really trying to look at every little corner. It's like, is there something we can do here?
We use a lot of the city spaces, but we create, we made them skatable if they're not skatable. So
we also like a big part of it, some of the thing is trying to get these locations where you don't normally would be able to skate.
I had to pinch my arm multiple times when I was, doing the rail in there, fixing it up to be skatable. I was just like, I am not in one of the world's oldest amusement parks doing a rail skatable, and like, what's going on? And the director of the Tivoli Gardens, as it's called, was just like, oh yeah, this is amazing. It's on the most busy Saturday of the year, but we're gonna love it. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Then that was the first benchmark that really told me that, okay, we created something that people actually see the creativity in it. They actually see it's a good way to go through the city and a good way to portray Copenhagen as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those moments. Like we were inside the city hall as well, which was quite crazy.
We skated inside City Hall, like on a floor that's like 300 years old.
It's that year when we skated the City Hall in Copenhagen. We had to put stuff on our boats.
Condoms over our nuts.
We had, yeah, exactly, truck condoms. That's what we call them. Make marks if you land in a Primo or something, you didn't want to fuck up these old like granite floors and shit.
We still scratched the floor, and it was a super rad session skating a 400-year-old floor.
The mayor of the city was there standing at the balcony, and it was just like this. Fuck, it was insane.
The question that I get asked a lot is like, how do you keep out of trouble with the council? Aren't the council really pissed with you?
Now when I talk to different municipalities now, different groups, different people, and I'm like, hey, this is how Copenhagen's done. Just the concept, like that doesn't even work in the States. You have to explain that to people. They were so far ahead of that in Denmark, so far ahead of in Copenhagen. And what William's done, and the way he's like part of the council.
It's insane how little complaints there is.
There's places in Copenhagen we can't come back.
We are not allowed to do a street party in the center of the city anymore. It's not like we did anything wrong. It's just like you are gone too big. There's no way that you're doing a block party in the center of the city again.
The council and the politicians that fund us to do this, they're so liberal in how they see they should use, the city should be used and activated. They want this. They want a live city where people go crazy. And they know that if there's 1,000 people there, there's going to be 5 kids with spray cans. And 5 kids with spray cans can spray a whole street. And that's just like part of the game. And when people complain, the attitude from the politicians is, this is a city. It's going to be noisy. If you're complaining about noise, you're living in the wrong place. because that would have been a challenge if we didn't have the council with us. But the council loves the event, and they love the fact that people come from all over the world, and they think that, you know, we are a well-behaved bunch. I get all the written complaints to the council, so if anybody, and they complain about drunk skateboarders on the city square sometimes, you know, some random complainer, but under the event, it's insane. It's like almost nothing.
Over the years, and we definitely try to, you know, what can you say, take care of it so it doesn't go out of hand, because, you know, just too much chaos, too many people, and too much, you know, shit going on. Insane that nothing, you know, that something didn't happen. All the fucking Ring of Fires where they like, look at all of this is fucking gasoline laying on the floor, you know, and this one broke, it fell because it was so big, and I think once it got hot, it just fell over.
Considering the amount of alcohol that's consumed and the vibe that we put out there, I'm quite surprised actually that the level of misbehavior is so low.
What's doing?
What happened?
What's going on?
We got the fire bussing. Some might make it, some might not.
It is kind of like, whoa, did we really create this like monster that everybody want to be in, you know, people. So to see what it became that way, it shocks you and it excites you at the same time. You know?
And it's also like, there was one year, I don't know, man, but we probably spent 80,000 euros on toilets and cleaning. And that's literally 80,000 euros down the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's our #1 challenge. A lot of people want to come to the event, which is absolutely amazing. But it's never been our ambition to have a huge event. The first couple of opens, it was still public.
Because we also had like another like idea that, you know, we didn't want no security, no fencing, no VIP area.
I mean, we could do an event that could hold 5,000 people, but 5,000 people means fencing, guards, all of these things that we don't want to do. And that just puts us in this crazy dilemma of like...
When too many people show up, it's just like, you can't get food, you can't go to the toilet, like there's a fucking long ass queue to the bar, and the people that are skating can't really, you know, skate because there's too many people fucking all over the place.
You know, we want some people to come, but we only want people to come that are like, that really want to be there, and not just like, oh, maybe we go and check this out, you know.
But I've seen it in real time that, yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, there was a year where it was getting so big, and we were in Denmark, and we were like, hey, if this keeps growing any bigger, like, we're not going to be able to do this anymore.
Well, we almost couldn't do it that one year with the stairs. It was so crowded on the stairs, we were like physically trying to push everyone back. They were giving 15 feet of landing space for a 12 stair. It was impossible.
Skateboarders took over Denmark. It looked like it was a different week there.
Yeah. I remember bicycles couldn't even move.
Yeah, it was so unmanageable. We just barely got through it. But yeah, we had to be scaled back.
Like from a viewer standpoint, the only time that you really get to see all the people that you like want to see skate together without it being like so crowded and also not being able to see, and it's a party, so people are like, oh, I can't even see unless you're like right in the front row. I'll see the recap. There's literally like the front row, and then there's literally like 100 feet of people partying. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't even get to see the people that want to skate, and then like half the people are partying. They're like, oh yeah, I'll just skate the like last day.
That's what happens. You create the best thing in the world. Everybody wants to come, but it doesn't remain the best thing in the world when everybody shows up.
And I think it came around that we kind of forgot, maybe subconsciously forgot to put the address or the dates or something.
There's one year where we forgot to put the dates, you know, on the poster.
And people were like, well, what's the hell, what's going on? And we're like, well, maybe we keep it that way.
And just see what, you know, we can send out some invitations and we can keep it word of mouth.
And we do leave little hints, you know, so go Sherlock on our Instagram account and you'll figure it out.
It's funny, just this past weekend, this one kid from Texas, he's like, I've been scrolling everyone's like tours and dates, trying to figure out exactly and pinpointing like when this contest is gonna happen. I figured it out.
And where it was
here.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
People are like, it's almost like this treasure map that, you know, people are like.
Okay, so I decided, oh shit, buddy, I gotta dig a little deeper. There's no.
He's got a flow chart.
He's here.
Wow.
A flow chart in his room with all
he's
the
got like a
red
burner
yarn.
board
Yeah.
with the things. And Costin says that he's
They're
here
going
right
here.
now.
You don't see, but oh shit, what the hell are they?
How flexible are our audience and the skaters? Like, what will they put up with?
Over the years, it's always kind of trying to change. You know, William, Kel, and Simon, they're always trying to figure out ways to like mix it up and keep things different and exciting and not the same thing.
Mine's the one with the Spitfires.
Looking for the next adventure. We want to give the city a break sometimes here, just to like really be excited again.
And one of the things is that, you know, we don't want to copy paste ideas. It has to be a unique experience.
It's always been exciting for us to take it somewhere else.
I get it that these guys like want to try to come and create something somewhere else.
Before we venture out and get too crazy, let's see if we can just bring it on the road. Like, if we say we're going to Berlin, will people follow us?
What could be cool, and we knew that Berlin is easy, it's close by, and it's pretty similar to Copenhagen. Can we actually export the vibe of CPH Open? We definitely stood the test. In Berlin, it was Copenhagen Open, and in Berlin, complete same vibe, you know.
And in that way, we're like, you know, fairy dusting Copenhagen Open over places that are sort of not on the map of skateboarding, which is why we're doing Athens this year.
Copenhagen Open, Amsterdam, Berlin, oh hell yeah. Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? Whatever they do, we gotta accept that. And we hit cities, and we did it big, and it was fucking awesome.
So we had this idea when we looked at Athens. We quickly realized that, you know, that there was like a really nice road trip going to Athens. We also quickly realized that when we were talking to the sponsors, they were really into hitting other countries than just one. You know, just hitting different markets and, you know, hitting different audience, and probably better explain it to the people upstairs that, you know, okay, we went to Germany, we went to Austria, we went to Italy, we went to Greece, you know. It's also been quite the journey. Like, I think we're on day 12 now. You can definitely feel that the energy span gets shorter and shorter for every day. I was really hyped on day one in Berlin. Berlin just is such a rad city. And it was just a cool experience, and I think also it's day one, people are hyped. And then we took the train to Munich. Munich was Munich, but the after party in Munich was really funny. Even Mug and News, they were DJing, and they just had it. Like, it was not that many people, and I think that was also really cool, that we really felt like a small family, you know, going together. But I think my favorite stop was Innsbruck. Like it was just like we've been on the train and we're in Innsbruck and then next day sun was shining. We had enough time before the train left to have a session, do coffee, and then the train ride from Innsbruck to Verona. In the beginning, we came into the train and we were like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go into the food wagon, sit down. We came into the train, it's just packed. We were standing in the hallways and we were like, oh my God, man, it's a long way to Verona. And we ended up in this quiet zone and people were like, shh, shh. But it's like, after half an hour, they just have to give in and like give up because
it's my homie now. Y'all not cool no more. It's my homie now.
We went to the food wagon, got 50 beers and bags and went to the quiet zone with 50 beers and they were like, okay, leave the kids alone, And we were a little worried about that. Was it too long of a trip for them to be restless or something like that? But it went like that, then whoop, okay, we're in Milano. So I think that almost every city had its moment, And once we got to Athens, then we knew that, okay, the skating is gonna be stepped up and a lot of more people are gonna join and everything. The kids that biked here, I'm actually pretty surprised that, they're still in that good of a spirit, but you can definitely feel that they're also tired,
How the fuck did y'all get here?
By bike. We biked here from Copenhagen. It took a month to get here. We started on September 1st and got here on October 1st, so Tuesday, 3 days ago.
Yeah, our plan was to do it in 1 month, they asked us if somehow could bring some Omnium bikes to Athens and maybe pass by the other shops on the way.
We were like the messengers for the event, basically.
Full bike messengers.
Bringing the invites to each of the stops. Yeah. And it turns out that one of our bikes is the trophy for the finals of Copenhagen Open this year.
I'm really looking forward for the special prizes. These bikes have been on a fucking long road trip to end up here.
A bike that just did 2,300 kilometers across Alps and all the rugged mountains in the Balkan states.
Oh, why Athens?
I think all three of us have different ideas of why we're doing it.
Let's do it because we're kind of like at a point where it's like, it would be really nice to take a break from Copenhagen. Go do somewhere else, get motivated and come back, next year and be all motivated about, doing something in Copenhagen.
But for me, it's definitely that concept, like when we've done an open down there, will Athens be on the map?
The scene has been really good. I definitely thought there was going to be way more spectators, but I guess that maybe the scene is not as big as we thought here. So I think with that in mind, I think we did a really good thing coming here and showcasing what skateboarding can be and the culture around it. So I hope that when we leave, people are going to be hyped and want to grow the scene, and hopefully someone is going to do some events on their own here. Because that's what we really would like to leave behind, is that someone gets inspired to do something, like to do an event similar to this and not only do the traditional skateboard contest.
I've talked with Lillian about it before. I was like, oh, that sounds like an awesome idea to switch things up and also get me back to Athens somehow.
The idea came up in 18 or something.
You know, what are the, is it possible to do something here? Because we love the city and it has, I don't know, it just has that untouched edge and everything is a bit gritty.
We knew there would be spots in Athens, and we kind of know with all the marble and everything that they're known for. But when we got down there, it just blew our minds.
And it's so scenic, you know, there's just like the most amazing spots.
And I mean, even here in Athens, like our hotel has a nice like rooftop bar, and you look around how like sprawling it is. And even when you walk around the streets of the hotel, you see how many little spots there are. Oh, you could skate that. Oh, there's this little thing. There's a right on grind. There's a little volley to, you know, something quirky or something really perfect too. You know, oh, there's a perfect ledge. Like you look around, and you're like, how many more of those are around this whole place? Like I want to go on a side mission with a couple of people and just go lurk around, but I mean it's gonna take days, weeks in this place, but I definitely would love to do that.
I do not know too much about Athens skate scene, but it's been cool, like just cruising around the city and seeing all these different crews and seeing some locals out here.
The Athens skate scene is up.
The scene, I think it's like growing a lot. I've been coming here for the last time I was here was 2 years ago.
I think it's a cool community as well with the skating out here. So.
Like my favorite one is Pano. That's the homie. Like this is the homie. He's the G.
There's a crew. There's a couple crews out here. They doing their thing.
You know, everyone's nice and welcoming. Definitely want to come out and spend some more time out here though.
Oh, the Athens skate scene is coming up, I think. A lot of great skaters. They're doing a lot of videos nowadays. And yeah, they're really good. Athens skate scene means a lot. The city is full of joy and like everyone is out skateboarding. I think it's a dream come true for most of the skateboarders. Like it's never happened before, and I think it's gonna be really inspiring for a lot of skaters in Athens. And more skaters will come and skate here, so that's good for Athens also.
It's like another one of these countries with like plazas, smooth ground, marble.
This marble, white ledges, you know, it strikes so good.
There's so many spots here because Greece is on a tectonic plate where the plates crash into each other and they press the stone into this perfect marble which they have in abundance. So there's so many spots in Greece. And
back in the day, all the public plazas and spaces were built with granite and marble, so we have mountains full of them. Greek marble is famous for its quantity and quality, so I guess that was the cheap material for us to make plazas. Not anymore though.
those fools are trying to bomb this hill. It's not looking right, but as content. I'll say Copenhagen Open, but we're in Athens, so yeah.
So when I went earlier, I was like on top, so it was like even 2 cracks, but then they put it down. It definitely works if you go fast there, but I don't skate backside anyway. None of my worries.
Chill. If I gotta die tomorrow, I can try. But I want to do more, so I wanna save my life.
Really big.
Kevin Beckel, Rail Destroyer, Thunderstorm. He brought Thor down here, you know. He had Thor with him. He's a northerner.
We have a saying that rain is our friend.
Normally the rain is our friend, and it has been today, but this is pushing a bit too much. Cancel today, do it all tomorrow. Sunshiner, sundowners, everybody's happy, we'll get the ledge. We really wanted to get that ramp going, and it's soggy as soggy gets. Like always, it always turns out to our favour. You know, it's probably going to be a better session tomorrow.
Sort of like the anti-contest, right? So you're not looking for the dude, you're looking for the CPH factor, I guess. I wouldn't say it's difficult to judge it. You just got to know what event you're at. You adjust to the event. You're not like, oh, that guy didn't make his run exactly perfect or whatever. I know what these guys are looking for, and you get to judge it with the fun stuff. So
you still judge
you
it
still
like
have
it's
to
a
do
contest.
shit. Yeah,
because you can't make it to where it's not legitimate. It has to be legitimate results still.
There was clearly one year where you're like, Ishad's the best dude here. He's winning this thing almost no matter what. And he goes out there and he does exactly what he needs to.
Let's go. Copenhagen x Athens 2024. Let's go, gang.
The skates moving on to the finals. We got Hugo Basserat, Gully Marin, Gully Marin, Archibald Bruno, Pedro Quintas, Corey Juno, and Oscar Rosenberg. If you could lower the music for a second. Lower the music for a second. Thank you. Oscar, Pedro, and William.
And he's been shredding with us all the way from Copenhagen, and every damn stuff, spreading good vibes, sending love to everybody. I really want to see KY Jr. up here. KY Jr. And we can honor him. Love you. We've been fucking having the best time down here. Color Skate Shop, everybody who supported, all of us.
Putting the work in. No fucking
What the fuck just happened?
I won the whole shit. Clear. I mean, I think I won the whole shit. I always make jokes about winning the whole shit, and I actually kind of won the whole shit. They said I was the MVP. Kind of heavy. These my folks, and I just do it because this shit has helped, like, you feel me, help me build what I got to do with the skateboard and help me make my life fun and look at this shit just like with a mellow aspect. It keeps me in Europe, like, especially I kind of designed my Europe travels with Copenhagen Open being involved. Like, William and I always talk about what the fuck's like happening, and he's always like, bring friends, do this and this, and I don't know, I was just like, we're going on this trip and I just want to fucking skate. And we've been going to really sick places, and I had a birthday on the road and shit, and I don't know, like, whoa.
What does it mean for your dad to be here?
Everything. Like, my dad and my little brother are here, and like them being able to like see what the fuck is like happening, and I mean what's always happening, and why I stay out so long, and all the friends that I accumulate over the time, and it means everything actually. It's kind of crazy. Real shit. Real shit. That's my guy. My dad's my guy. My brother's my guy. I love them so much. Rest in peace, my mom. That's fucking really cool that this just happened like this in Athens for all of our first time. It's cool. It's fucking insane.